And it goes a little something like.
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode, and before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button or follow button so then you can listen to all my episodes without missing a single one of them. And you'll never know, they could be funny. Also, make sure to email me if you have a suggested episode. And make sure to follow me on Instagram. And now, let's get into today's episode. And also, have a nice day!
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Anime More, and today, back again, we have my father, Demond.
Hey folks, I'm happy to be here again. Going to talk about some anime and some more. So anime and more, let's go.
Now for today's subject, we will be talking about Dragon Ball Super. So first, what's it about?
Dragon Ball Super. Well, I've been watching Dragon Ball for a long time. I started watching Dragon Ball Z. Then I went back and watched Dragon Ball. Then I've seen Dragon Ball GT. And so on and so forth. Dragon Ball Kai. There were so many Dragon Balls. But this one is Dragon Ball Super. And pretty much is about the same characters from the other Dragon Balls. But for this one, they have gigantic supersized Dragon Balls that are the size of planets that can grant you any wish you want. So that's pretty much the main thing you want in this show, is to get the Dragon Balls. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of action, a lot of hostility between people, but the main thing is to get the gigantic super Dragon Balls.
So a question I have for you is, what was your favorite part?
Oh, my favorite part of Dragon Ball Super? Wow, my favorite part of Dragon Ball Super? There's so many parts. I like the fact that Goku, who's the main character, gets a chance to go up and meet some gods. They have different types of gods in this world. So you get to see a god who's a destroyer and able to just wipe out the world with the snap of his hands. Bam, he's done. And there are also gods who protect the world. There's different levels of gods on here, and I like that. And one of the coolest things in the show is the fact that Goku gets to fight the gods. He's fighting the gods for survival of the planet, for survival of his universe. He's fighting for those things, but it's really cool to see this because you get to see the interactions between Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, everybody who lives on Earth and what they're doing, and it adds to the story. I mean, this is a generational story. It started way back when Goku was little, up until he's a grown man and a grandfather. So he's come a long way. So I really like the fact that Dragon Ball Super sticks with the same idea of all the previous Dragon Balls and puts them all together into this one big super event with fighters from all over the galaxy, all over the universe. Everyone's fighting, and I really like that.
Yeah. Also, I like that how they make the episodes kind of like at the end there's something good, but then it just goes away and it's the next episode. Just like when season 1 when Trunks is back in time version. Yeah, he came to Earth. Yeah, that was probably the best one where he came down and then they just cut the episode right there.
Oh, you like Future Trunks?
Yeah.
You like him coming back and seeing his younger self and interacting with his father and his other friends that he met previously in the past, and coming back to, from the past. He's from the future coming back to the past. So he met everyone in the past, but he's from the future. It gets to be a little confusing when you deal with time travel. Time travel is a little weird. But yeah, he has a time machine. He comes from the future to the past to try to prevent things from happening in the future. But they turn up being different timelines and different things happen in different futures. It's a whole mess once you start dealing with timelines. You learn that from watching like Back to the Future and Star Trek, especially Star Trek. That goes through time. They go through different time warps and different things happen. You see your future self. You see past selves. You see future children that exist and future children that don't exist. Things get real complicated when you deal with time. So I do like time travel episodes. They give you a lot of flexibility and a lot of things that you can write and do as you play around with these characters. So I really like seeing future Trunks and past Trunks and seeing how he interacts with everyone who's here in the present day and where either they're existing in the future or if they're going in the future. I like seeing that also.
Yeah, I like those episodes like where it's not even like the show's not even about time traveling, but they make a time traveling episode. See, that's where it gets good because you're like, oh, what do I look like in the future? And they go back in time and they see themselves in the future.
Very true, and they find out things that they never knew. They learn things about themselves that they didn't know in the future. I mean, there could be I could talk about a lot of things, but that would be like a spoiler to talk about those things, so I'll leave that alone. But things happen to certain people that are main characters in the present, and you see what happens to them in the future, and like, wow, that's something new. I didn't think that would happen. So, taking that as part of your voyage, your trip on this show, it's a great ride. Watching these things happen and unfold in front of your eyes.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to say, just like what I said in the previous episode on Wednesday, Attack on Titan, what do you think about the show?
What do I think about Dragon Ball Super? I love the show because it's one of the original so-called anime shows that I've seen. I mean, I saw like my first one was Speed Racer way back when I was little. And that's a different type of show versus today's shows. Today's shows are more towards the Dragon Ball Z, real action fighting type shows with deep storylines. It's long, deep storylines. I mean, you're talking hundreds of episodes on these storylines. So that I like. I enjoy getting into it. And I enjoy seeing the personal attributes of each character and learning what they can do, what they like, what they don't like, and seeing how things change and evolve. Characters actually grow from being villains to friends. And someone that you hated in the beginning can become one of your favorite characters in the future.
Yeah, I had that happen like a lot of times when I was watching some of the new animes that are out right now that say 2021. Yeah, I had some of those mean characters turn into my favorite characters. So, okay, so what's missing in Dragon Ball Super?
What's missing in Dragon Ball Super? That's a pretty good question. I'm thinking, for me, I would like to see more of the older Saiyans. I mean, the Saiyans were wiped out a long time ago, but I wish there was a way to see what they could have done if they were able to build up to a factor near Goku's strength. That would be something that I would like to see. They sort of had them in Dragon Ball Z. The Saiyans were there, but then they were eliminated. So that whole race was sort of wiped out back then, but I would like to see them put back into the mix a little deeper.
Yeah, I would like to see like what powers they have, like if they're strong just like Goku or if they're weak.
Right.
What's bad about the show? Like what's horrible? Something that you don't really like.
It's not a lot that's really horrible. I wouldn't say it was horrible, but I don't like some of the episodes tend to draw on and string you along. I think things that could have been done in a couple of minutes are stretched out. There have been times where someone is powering up and they power up for 2-3 episodes, whereas that could have been done and we could have moved on to the next scene. There's a slowdown period between transitional fights. So we would have things, for example, we had a battle with Goku and Lord Beerus and trying to save the planet. Once he saved the planet and everything was good, we moved on to the next wave, which would have been a tournament for all of the universes. But between that time, there was a long time that was just empty space time that they filled in with comical things here and there, little background stories, things that could have been avoided, and just gotten straight to the fights. I like to see the fights, the action from time to time. It's okay to slow down sometimes, but not for as long as this show tends to slow down. They would take roughly 5 episodes and slow down, where it could have been done in one. I'm okay with one slowed down episode, but I get a little antsy once I get to 5 slowing down episodes.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I don't like about the show. It's like it's slow, and there's some of those foo-foo episodes like where they would just sit there and play around and laugh and stuff with no fighting.
Right, exactly.
Okay, now next, who's your favorite character?
Oh, my favorite character on Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball GT, whichever Dragon Ball it is, I believe my truly favorite character is Vegeta. I like Vegeta, the Prince Vegeta, because he has an attitude and an arrogance about himself, but at the same time, when it really comes down to it, he knows he can't beat Kakarot, who is Goku. He can't beat him, but he tries so hard to surpass him. And that's the thing, he has a will and drive to do it. And he supports his family. He loves his family. He seems like he's mean and he's mad at them all the time, but in reality he loves them, he stays with them, he supports them. And he started as a bad guy. He started coming down to kill Kakarot. He wanted to do that, but through the years they've reversed that, and he's one of the best good guys who've turned around. Evil turned good. I like it.
Oh yeah, also, so in the what is it, the World Tournament or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that they we figured out that all the Saiyans are named after vegetables, right?
Right. The Saiyans have vegetable names. Vegeta, vegetable, and then Kakarot is a carrot. The older Saiyans back on Dragon Ball Z, there was one name, I believe his name was Nappa, and I heard that meant peas. Peas.
What?
Peas. His name was Peas.
Is that like peas in Spanish or something?
No, I don't know what language. It may be Japanese for peas, but it's Peas. And then the other Saiyans from the other universe, there's one named Khalifa. Another one named Kale.
Cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower. Kale, and then Kaba. So they're short for cabbage. It'll be cabbage, kale, and cauliflower. So they all have these wild vegetable names. So I'll have to look it up to find out where they get these names, but it's pretty cool that they named them all after vegetables.
I think what they do is like they take like carrot and they switch around some letters and then they try to like fit it in perfectly, like, oh, we didn't spell that, we should put them as that name.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. It's different.
Okay, so lastly, I saved the best for last. If you had to choose from any power, like in the show, any power from the show, what would it be?
Oh, for me, hands down, instant transmission. Instant transmission is like the best power to have. I don't care about the Kamehameha blast and the special beam cannon, the solar flare, the destructo disc, the Gatling gun, Gatling cannon, whichever one that Vegeta uses. I don't care about those. just give me instant transmission. I just want to put my fingers to my forehead and just pop and disappear and go anywhere in the world that I want to go.
What about me? Aren't you gonna bring me since
You come, just throw it on my shoulder. Keep on going. We in, we out. Pop, pop, pop. Bam, we good.
go anywhere with that?
Anywhere. Instant transmission. Instant.
From here to Disney World.
Here at Disney World, hang out. We don't even have to pay.
Wait,
we
what?
just go in.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You can go to Six Flags or...
We just pop in. That's all we gotta do. Instant transmission, the best.
Okay, so I want to hear some more Dragon Ball talk. Like, what's your favorite series out of like all of them?
Oh wow, I like all of them. There's different things in them that I really like. The first Dragon Ball, when Goku was little in Dragon Ball and he still had a tail. He had a tail and he would turn into a gigantic monkey if he saw the sun. So he turned into this huge monkey and go crazy and tear everything up. Not the sun, I'm sorry. When he saw the moon turned him into the giant monkey. I said the sun, I didn't mean that. A gigantic gorilla monkey, and he would destroy everything. And when he did that, the only way to stop him, his grandfather figured you have to cut the tail off. So they cut his tail off and he couldn't transform by the moon anymore. And later on, that became a factor in Dragon Ball Z, because in Dragon Ball Z, his son, Goku, was born with, not Goku, I'm sorry, Gohan. Gohan was born with a tail also. Gohan is named after Goku's grandfather. His grandfather was Gohan. So he was born with that tail also, and he transformed one day when nobody was around, and that guy, that Yajirobe guy, the big guy with the sword, he had to jump up in the air and cut his tail off because he transformed by the moon. Later on, as time goes on, Piccolo destroys the moon to stop him from transforming. It's a lot of weird things like that in this show. So it's evolved a lot. And you know, the tail thing, Vegeta, when he came down, he had a tail. Him and his whole crew, they all were Saiyans. The Saiyans had tails because on the planet Vegeta, where all the Saiyans were, that's the way that they became more powerful, by transforming with the moon. That was the only way they knew how to become powerful. And no one had ever been a Super Saiyan unless they were a gorilla. So they had giant gorillas with gold hair, and there was only one that was able to do it until Goku figured it out.
Oh,
So that's a lot.
Did he take out the moon just like Koro Sensei?
It's a little different. He just used his power, his special beam, and just shot the moon, and it blew up.
Was there like a little bit left?
No.
It was all
As far as I remember, I think all the moon left. The whole moon left. Which wouldn't be too good if you did that on Earth. If you destroyed the moon on Earth.
There would be no nighttime?
There would be nighttime, but we would not have, the oceans would fall off because the moon pulls the ocean towards it. The gravitational pull of the moon pulls the oceans. So we get to have the balance that we have on Earth because of the moon.
Oh, so there would still be nighttime, it's just no moon nighttime?
No moon, and I don't think we would live very long without the moon. We need the moon.
Well, that's all we have for today. I want to thank my father for coming on the show with me and talking about Dragon Ball.
You're welcome. And this has been a lot of fun. Dragon Ball is one of my favorite shows. I enjoy watching that and seeing the things that happen. So if you like seeing action, adventure, a little bit of love story here and there, not much. It's more
Fantasy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fantasy. It's really, really good. It's a good show to watch. It gets you quick. It'll trap you in there. You might start thinking it's a little goofy, a little funny, but then after you watch it for a while, you get hooked. And that's my thing. I enjoy Dragon Ball. Hope you enjoy it too. Get out there. There's plenty of platforms you can watch it on. I know you can see it on Hulu,
We started
Funimation.
with Hulu.
and Crunchyroll. I believe Dragon Ball is one of the most popular ones out there. It's on Cartoon Network. It was on Adult Swim.
Oh, The Promised Neverland's on Cartoon Network too. Like Assassination Classroom, The Promised Neverland, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, all the other ones, Demon Slayer. I saw Demon Slayer on
Yeah, that's why I learned about Dragon Ball from Cartoon Network. We didn't have all these other apps and things back when I started watching it.
we only had Netflix.
I didn't even have that. I had just TV.
Oh,
So I had Cartoon Network, and they started showing it on Cartoon Network, and I was hooked. So if y'all want to see something good, go for Dragon Ball. Any one of them. It doesn't really matter. Right now we're watching Super. I'm sure we'll watch whatever comes out after that.
we only have a few episodes left. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's near the end what we're watching, but we'll get more. There's plenty more. There's movies and everything else. That's a huge franchise.
The new movie that Funimation made. They teamed up and they made 2 movies.
Oh, that sounds good. I'll be watching.
I don't think so. I don't think I will because it took like in the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, it wasn't that good because it was like the first episode. Weren't they on like a train or something? Me and Museum were talking about that.
First episode was on a train.
Yeah, they
It
were like.
probably was. It was the beginning. It was the intro, getting people to know
Yeah,
the characters.
that beginning intro wasn't the best.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. But once you get into it, you got into it, and you know them now.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty.
Well, that's all we have for you guys today. This is
Anime and more. Peace out.